what I wanted to be able to talk to you guys about tonight is instead of doing the masterclass, I'd like to hold a vigil. And if you are in the United States, this vigil is for you guys. I want you to imagine that what this is a Reiki circle. So, in the practice of Reiki, the shodens gather together and they sit in a circle holding space. Your right hand is palm facing down, your left hand is palm facing up, so that the person beside you grabs your hand and it's knit together perfectly. And the shoden make a circle. They're usually sitting on the floor. A Reiki shoden is a level 1 practitioner. They're learning how to use energy medicine on themselves to ground down into Mother Earth, which is called an earth key, to open their heart to love and forgiveness, which is called a heart key, and to connect to cosmic intelligence, which is called a heaven key. And as they hold that space, behind them, a Reiki Okuden stands with their hands on the shoden's shoulder. The Okuden is a second degree practitioner. They're trained to be a conduit to universal life force energy flowing through them. So down through their head to their heart, out their arms into their hands, and their energy then goes in to the Okuden, who they have their hands on. In Reiki, this is called hands-on healing. So a Reiki circle is an amplification of the Shoden's energy through the Okuden's energy as the conduit. And what they do is they place in the center of the circle the names, the ailments, the scenes, the situations, and scenarios that they want to heal. And so, what I've done as an idea of this Reiki circle is I've created for myself what's called a Reiki box. It's a cute little box with a lid. You can use any box with a lid. It has the Reiki kanji written on it, and I place inside of it little pieces of paper. They're just square pieces of paper with a person's name, date of birth, and what they are healing from, what kind of healing they need. And every day I sit with this box, with my hands on this box, with the intention that this is the Reiki circle and that the energy is being transformed to that box. Tonight, I'm adding to that Reiki box clearing collective uncertainty. Those of you who read the post in Community Conversations that asked to go in that box include Starfire, Diane, Amanda, and Jessica. I'm also adding everyone that's here tonight. Rhonda, Amanda, Mona, Yana, Sharon, Starfire, Rania, Shirley, and Tracy. Those names are also going to be added to this Reiki box. So you will be giving and receiving a healing. Now, I know you might be asking, oh, Carolyn, thank you. I'm adding you, Carolyn, right now. Thank you for sharing me that. I wonder why you're not on my screen. Oh, there you are. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate you very much. Okay, so I'm adding those to my Reiki box. So you may be asking, what the heck does this have to do with Activate Your Power? Well, I want you to know that the base, the foundation or the premise of Activate Your Power is in Reiki itself. What we're doing in the grounding, opening, connecting, and protecting process is activating Reiki with or without our awareness. When we activate our heart center, which is heart key, we activate our biome, which is earth key, and we activate our pineal, which is heaven key, key being Ki, energy in Japanese in this particular case, what we're doing is we're creating a limitless flow of energy that is being channeled from source, from universal life force energy. Why do people call Reiki universal life force energy? Well, Rei stands for universal life force. Ki stands for energy. And so we are literally channeling that energy. And so when I created the process of Activate Your Power, I created it based on several things. Using the human body as a conduit for universal life force energy. We're calling in that process, Reiki. It also includes balancing each of the 7 main chakras: crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, and root. But it's also about cleansing and purifying the biofield. The spiritual biofield moves from the top of our head through our spine to the bottom of our feet. Our mental bioenergetic field is on the outside of that, then our emotional, and then our physical. So when we activate our power, we are, with or without your awareness, calling in Reiki to cleanse and purify the 7 main chakras, the 4 main energy centers, the 4 main bioenergetic fields, and our 3 main energy centers. In the physical, pineal, heart, and biome. In the metaphysical, our hara, our soul, and our ego. And so tonight, we are not going to do a master class because each of you here are already a part of membership, which means you have access to activate your power anytime you want it. You are invited, you are encouraged to come to the Tuesday night session. Again, the first Tuesday of every month is going to be a master class. It's for inviting new people to learn about what Activate Your Power is so that they join us on the 21-day quest. The second, the third, and the fourth Tuesday is about moving through each of those main areas. Heart on the first Tuesday, pineal on the second, and biome on the third. And so in lieu of doing the master class tonight, I want to do a Reiki circle. And it's why I spent these first 10 minutes explaining to you what a Reiki circle is. And so I want you to imagine that if you're not attuned to Reiki, you're going to be the person sitting on the floor in the circle. If you are attuned to Reiki, I want you to imagine you're standing behind someone that is sitting on the floor with your hands on their shoulders. The Shoden sit in the center. The Okuden place their hands on the shoulder. And together, we're going to create an energetic beacon to send a high frequency and vibration out into the collective to help to clear the fog, to help to clear the uncertainty, to help to clear away the low vibration. So before we go into what is going to be about 40 minutes of energy medicine, I'd like for you to take a moment to write down the name of anyone that you think could use this healing energy. They need physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual support. And absolutely yes, 100% yes, you get to include yourself. The purpose of this is that we are going to make an energy circle. We are going to contribute to being part of the solution, a higher frequency and vibration. So I'm going to give you just a moment to write on the piece of paper who you are sending this energy to. If you would like to share in the chat who this is going to, I'd be happy to place them in my Reiki box. For you who have come in a little later, you missed the explanation of the Reiki box. I want you to imagine it's a material form of this Reiki circle where through a piece of paper we place people into the box and we give energy medicine to them with this box holding space for them. So please feel free if you want to add anyone to that circle in the chat, you're welcome to. Our next step is to find a comfortable space that you won't be disturbed for the next 40 minutes. I want you to imagine that you're going to be receiving this healing, but you're also going to be projecting it, amplifying it out into the universe. Yana, I've added your mom. Carolyn, I'm adding you and your mom. Sharon, I'm adding Jennifer and Jonathan. Beautiful. Thank you. I got that. Thank you, Sharon. I noticed you. Okay. For you, those of you who are just joining us, we are writing down the names of the people that we're going to place into the center of our healing circle. And I have added those names. Fire, I am adding Kelly. Rania, I'm adding your mom, your dad, your stepmom, your brother, and your spouse. And your spouse is Rob. Great, thank you. Amanda, I'm adding Heather, Paige, and Shannon. Oh my gosh, of course we're including there. Yep, perfect. Awesome. We're just going to take one more second. Eric and David. Perfect. Okay. Mona and your parents. Shirley, Matt, Blake, and Grace. Perfect. All right. So let's go through our instructions one more time. As I mentioned, tonight is usually our master class. We're not going to be bringing in a new group of students this month. Instead, we're going to hold vigil. We're sending energy out into the collective to ease the confusion, the lack of clarity. We're going to ease any sadness, grief, any fear. And so if you are attuned to Reiki, you're going to be doing something a little different. So just give me a second to share that with you. If you are not attuned to Reiki, I want you to imagine that you are sitting in a circle. We're going to do chairs just so that everyone can visualize the comfort of that. If you are not attuned to Reiki, you are sitting in a circle of people. Your right hand is up. Your left hand is down. And so you're going to close your eyes and imagine that you're holding hands with the person next to you. It's going to look and feel like this as your hands rest on your lap. You are going to be our amplifiers. You're imagining that energy is going to move from your shoulders into your heart, and you're opening your heart to blast that energy out into the center of the circle where we've placed all of the people that we want to send love and light to. But we're also going to place planet Earth in that center and all beings on this planet to amplify their frequency of love. If you are attuned to Reiki, you're going to imagine that you're standing behind someone in that circle, and your hands are on their shoulders. I'm going to guide you through a ground open, connect, protect. I'm going to guide you through a full activate your power. And then I'm going to guide you through sending that energy out into the universe. Okay. So let's get started by finding a comfortable position. Your ankles and your knees are unbound. Your hands are left hand up, right hand down if you're in the center circle. Both hands down if you are an okuden. Your eyes are closed. You're giving yourself permission to be present in the moment. And you're allowing me to support you in cleansing and purifying your biofield, calling in the energy of Reiki, supporting you in activating your innate biofield, and then sending energy throughout this planet. So let's start by imagining that we are in this circle. Your hands are in the appropriate place for the position you take in the circle. And you're going to begin with a very gentle but deep inhale and exhale through your nose. As you breathe in and out, you're setting the intention that you are sending love through you, within you, and around you. As an energy worker, I give thanks to Universal Life Force Energy for finding each of us in this circle, setting the intention that we are of enormous benefit. We are first receiving love and light, and we are then giving love and light as the conduit of Universal Life Force Energy. On your next exhalation, imagine that your metaphysical roots are strong, like an ancient oak tree. Your roots are thick and deep. Your body is being grounded down into Mother Earth. You are present on your timeline. With each exhalation, your roots grow deeper, moving through the minerals and the nutrients of this vibrant planet. Your body absorbing everything that you need. As your metaphysical roots travel deep into the crystals and the caves You allow the frequency and vibration that you need to move through you, within you, and all around you. And as your metaphysical roots move deep into the core of Mother Earth, you anchor your physical body to this timeline. You are present in the moment. And as you inhale, you feel earth energy move up into your lower belly. A fire behind your belly button is activated. This is the lower dantian. In the physical realm, this is your biome. The body's brain, the cells that bring everything physical, everything material into alignment. Metaphysically, this is the hara, where the universal life force energy deposits, forming an eternal flame that guides, teaches, and supports you. The experience here is grounded. You are grounded down into the present moment. Breathing in and out of your lower belly, your metaphysical roots, connecting you to the now. And on an exhalation, ask Mother Earth to take all of the burdens that have blocked your physical body from thriving in the past. Breathe that energy out of your lower belly, down your legs, into your feet, letting go of everything that your physical body no longer needs to carry, cleansing and purifying your biome. This is grounded. This is the hara activated. On your next inhalation, bring your breath and awareness up into the center of your chest. As you breathe in and out of the center of your chest, imagine that you're opening. As you inhale, the front of your chest expands. As you exhale, you're opening the back of your shoulder blades. We inhale love. We exhale forgiveness. As you move through this full breath, imagine that a warm, gentle sensation in the middle of your chest begins to expand. You are activating heart center. This is the sacred energy of soul. Here you are guided by your emotion. And in this moment, we are asking universal life force energy to disentangle your thoughts from your feelings. creating a clear, clean, purified, and sacred space to honor your emotion. As you breathe in and out here, allow your shoulders to soften, to release the tension in your upper back. Allow your shoulder blades to move down your spine. This is open. Here, as we unlock this sacred space, we free you from any sadness, grief, or perceived sense of loss of self. We download the key codes that activate soul's remembering. Give yourself permission to feel the expansion of energy that moves out of the front and the back of the body, that moves out of the right and the left of your body. All of the sudden, there is space. It's here that love and forgiveness finds refuge. Give thanks for this activation. In your next inhalation, bring your breath and your awareness up to the center of your forehead, your third eye. Imagine that you're looking out onto the world with your eyes closed from the center of your forehead. Here we find ego's sacred space, the pineal, the transmitter and the receiver of universal life force energy. With each inhalation, imagine that you are breaking free from the habits and the beliefs, the thoughts and the words that have controlled you in the past, making space for our God brain to thrive. Imagine that you are unlocking this sacred space and inviting divine cosmic intelligence to flow through you, within you, and around you. As the energy of the cosmos comes down into the pineal on an inhalation, imagine on an exhalation that information from within your biofield is also transported into the astral plane, correcting all conflict at its point of origin. As ego's filters are cleansed and purified, you align to receiving instruction from your divine self. This is connected. In this moment, you are connected to Source. Your pineal is activated. Ego's filters have been cleared. As you drop back into your heart, you know that you are open. Soul is free. You have activated your heart. And as you drop into biome, you know that you are grounded. Your physical body is safe. And in this moment, as we step into wholeness, we know in this grounded, open, connected space that we are protected. And we are giving permission to activate our own power. As you bring your breath and awareness back to your heart, imagine building a bridge from heart to pineal. As pineal activates, you build a bridge back to heart. This upper circuit clears your timeline of confusion, of chaos, of uncertainty. You are free from the external controlling factors, and you have found refuge within your own self. Bringing your awareness back to heart, build a bridge to biome, activating your body's brain, building a bridge back to your heart. This lower circuit is activated. You are now connected to your timeline. You are in the present moment. Whether you know it or not, your divine assignment is being brought forward into your conscious awareness, and you are aligning to your truth. We'll sit in silence for a moment as the energy within your innate biofield begins to activate. This infinity figure eight super highway of energy begins to flow through you, within you and around you. In each moment you sit in the flowing energy of this super highway, you become of enormous benefit to yourself first. As you connect to your breath, remember where you are in the healing circle. Bring your awareness to your hands. Bring a smile to your face. Allow your chest to project forward and imagine that from the cosmos, a most empowering and loving beam of light comes through the top of your head into your heart, through your arms into your hands. That energy fills from your fingers through your hands, your forearms into your elbows, up your upper arms into the center of your chest, and a vibrant beam of light is traveling from the cosmos. This universal life force energy is using you as a conduit, a pure energy source. You are receiving a healing and giving a healing at the same time. And as we project this energy all around this planet, all around this solar system, all around this universe, we are holding space for kindness and compassion, for abundance and freedom, for love, for joy, for clarity and connection, for peace, for ease, for wholeness. Let us sit in silence, projecting whatever we want more of, who we want to be as enormous benefit. And allow every cell of our being to absorb that, and every thought and feeling to become that. Gifting that magical gift of universal life force energy to those around us, because we are already full of everything we need in this moment. Stay connected to your breath. Receive life force energy. Become life force energy and give that energy away. Stay connected to your breath. Bring a smile to your face and invite love into your heart. Beautiful. As you bring your breath and awareness back to you, give yourself permission to continue to receive whatever healing, guidance, or support that you need. And from the center of your heart, give permission for universal life force energy to continue to flow through you, within you, and around you, so that you are of enormous benefit. On an inhalation, let us give thanks by bringing our hands together at heart center. Your fingertips just near the base of your nose. For all of this, we give thanks. For the known, the unknown, the cloaked and the hidden healing we have received and have given. In whatever way is comfortable to you, you're going to bow, disconnecting us from life force energy in this moment. With your eyes still closed, you're going to move your body in any way that you need to release from those you were giving to and those you have received from. If you'd like to take a moment to journal or jot anything down, I'm going to ask you to also brush your energy off. I like to go from the back of my neck over my head, down the front of my body to my feet, but you can brush yourself off however you would like. You're back in this present moment. If you have the desire to journal anything, if you have any questions, concerns, or ideas, please feel free to ask. Does anybody have anything they need today? Oh, I noticed, Yana, I didn't see your message before. Is it okay if you have bear on you? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely it is. You might even find that your pets want to be on you. Your children want to be on you. Your partner wants to be closer to you. Yeah, absolutely. Does anyone have any questions, concerns, or ideas? You can type it in the chat, or you're welcome to unmute and ask questions, concerns, ideas, anything that you need from me today that you don't feel like you've received. For those of you that joined us a little later, we decided that we weren't going to do a master class tonight. The master class is when we invite new people to join the 21-day Activate Your Power. We are, however, going to continue the Activate Your Power starting next Tuesday. So for 21 days, starting next Tuesday, we'll do a new live cohort. We won't be doing a live cohort in December. I take a few weeks off. We won't be doing it in December or August ever, but we will continue the 21 days, the second, third, and fourth Tuesday of every month other than those. Okay. I see. Let me just get over here. Yana, go ahead. How can I support you?
I was just curious about the Activate Your Power. How does it connect to Reiki? So Reiki is when we receive life force energy, and then Activate Your Power is how we use it? Or is that a proper way to understand it?
Yes and no. So in Activate Your Power, all of the methods that I've created are based on inviting Reiki to support us. The reason I created it was so that everyone on the planet would have a healing technique, even if they didn't know Reiki. But everything about it is built on the foundation of Reiki. And so the life force, or the path, the journey it's taking is Activate Your Power to the Healed Healers Reiki, to, well, it doesn't have to be Healed Healers, any Reiki. As you are more cleared, cleansed, and purified, activating your biofield, you're going to be called by Reiki to understand it better. Absolutely. And so not all life force, sorry, that's not true. Not all energy medicine is the same, because not all of them focus on you becoming the conduit of universal life force energy. Reiki does, and Activate Your Power does. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. And so in terms of the actual rituals during the day, do you recommend to do both or just Reiki?
If you're already attuned to Reiki, that's something that, for me, after initially learning Reiki, what Reiki means to me is that I live the precept. I am consciously aware that anger and worry is the lowest frequency of vibration, gratitude being the highest. This activates me doing my work honestly, and I live in kindness and compassion. So Reiki becomes the lifestyle, not so much the energy medicine technique. And then I have created, or I have channeled and then put out Activate Your Power, because what it does is it cleanses and purifies all 7 chakra, all 4 biofields, and all 3 energy centers with specific intention. And so for me, they're both every day. Every day I do Reiki, every day I do Activate Your Power, every day I do a meditation, and each is different. Activate Your Power is not necessarily a meditation because you are very intellectually, physically, and emotionally active, whereas a meditation, you're present, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. All right. Starfire says, tears kept coming from my eyes. Different parts of my body would move and give a shake. I felt the activation and the healing of many of my thoughts, patterns, and dysfunction. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Starfire. Thank you for sharing that. That was wonderful. Thank you. I don't know who iPad is, but I'm going to say, hey, iPad, your hand's up. Go ahead.
Yeah, because it's me.
Because it's me. Okay, me, I'm going to change your name. Give me a sec.
I've tried everything and I can't do it on my thing. I don't know how, so.
I think it's because you're on your, because you're on your iPad. I'm just going to rename you. Give me a sec.
And I just,
okay, how can I help you?
I was shy and didn't want to be on the camera.
That's okay.
Not really. You know, I was being funny. A couple things. I understood the healing. I didn't understand the giving. Was I giving at the same time somehow?
Yeah.
Like my hands, usually when I do Reiki, my hands go really cold. Everybody else goes hot, but I go cold, right?
Yep.
Today, they got warm and they were pulsing.
Beautiful.
Absolutely pulsing. And then I released a lot because I've had quite a bit of sadness. And when you got to the heart, I was having trouble and I did a lot of burping, but then tears just came. And then when we were moving from heart to being connected, I had a howling wolf. And it was just looking, it was just, you know, when you see a photo of a wolf with the head up in the air, you know, when they're howling and their head's up to the moon or whatever.
Yes.
But it was to source, because I get this thing that I see when I'm connected, and it was this wolf just to source. I don't know what it means, but it was beautiful.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, this has been one of the best meditations I've had for a long time.
Good. I'm glad.
Thank you.
Thank you. Shirley started out by saying she didn't understand the giving. And that's the magic of Reiki, is that your purposefulness is to receive, so that you're so full. Think of it as, you know, if this is me and this is, I'm not doing it because this is full, but if this is me and this is the universe, I am going to keep receiving until it spills out all over the place. And so we receive so that we're so full of life force energy that it's not being taken from us. It's literally spilling out all over the place. We become contagious energy of the most beautiful form. And that's who I want us to be. when I built my Reiki course, I literally called it Healed Healers. Because when we are willing to be so full because we've received so much, we don't have to do anything. We just have to be. We have to be present. We have to be kind and compassionate. We have to be grateful, which are the core teachings of Reiki. So I hope that, go ahead.
Sorry, to add to that, is that why when I try to live the same way, Trace, right? And for me, it's all about divine love. And I try and be in that place as best I can all the time.
Yeah.
And what I find is that people, for the most part, when people are around me, they get this sense of peace. I had a guy doing work in my yard and he's like, it's so peaceful here.
Yeah.
You know, and he's just doing work in my yard. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's what I call being of enormous benefit. You didn't do anything outside of your regular truth to create that peacefulness, but he experienced it because that's who you are, of enormous benefit. Thank you for sharing that, Shirley. Rania, go ahead. How can I support you?
Okay. You mentioned the word present several times. I'm still kind of like, I have a hard time understanding how to be present in anything, especially because present means something different to me than what you're saying. I'm just really confused about that. For me, present means like aware of everything going on around me.
Okay. So to me, what you're describing is awareness. Awareness is consciously being able to acknowledge that I am aware of what's going on around me. For me, present means that my thoughts are right here, right now. I'm not projecting into the past or the future. That my emotions are present. I've not stuffed them down, shunned them, or avoided them. So present means that your thoughts, your feelings, and your body are in the same place at the same time. And then in order to do that, you have to be aware. Does that help at all?
Kind of. It's still confusing to me because I'm always like, because when you say in meditation, be present, I feel like I don't know if it's like overly present because I feel like my mind is still going and like I'm just like every noise I hear around me, I'm like, aware of it and that's I feel like it's distracting.
Okay. And so think of when I say be present in the moment, maybe I could say be present in your body with your mind and your emotions. So your thoughts, your feelings, and your body are all in the same place doing the same thing. We aren't distracted by the outside world. Your definition of present, while perfect, because it is yours, is literally inviting you to be external. Whereas in meditation, in energy medicine, in wisdom, we want to be as internal as possible so that the chaos outside of us, the uncertainty outside of us, doesn't get to control and compel us because we are not in that. We are simply witnessing that. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Beautiful. You're welcome. Mona, where are you at? How can I support you?
I'm trying to figure out if I'm sad or super relaxed.
So sad is going to be sitting at heart chakra from the clavicle to the sternum, all around the body and in the arms.
There is pain at the center of my chest.
Okay.
It's very interesting. It's an interesting pain.
And is that sadness projecting trying to get out, or is that projecting trying to get in?
I can't tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the energy medicine treatment, where were you at?
I felt smiley several times. It was a good experience. And then I channeled a message. I'm still trying to make out what it really means, but it was something of the sort that it's not just like me. A lot of people experience this where we have like this emotion that builds up, but we also think it's just us who feels it in a group of people. But a lot of the times other people are feeling similarly. We just personalize a lot of things and forget that others are also experiencing something similar. So that's what I was.
Right. And this is part of the collective, that similar experience being simultaneous. That's the collective energy. And we want to be part of the solution where that collective energy is positive, empowering, not spiritually disconnecting by saying that you can't be sad. The fact that you're like, I feel sadness, but I could mistake it for peacefulness, that's not spiritually bypassing. That's you giving yourself permission to consider that while it is sadness, there is also a peacefulness to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. It's
And
not
that,
scary anymore. Feelings aren't scary for me.
I love that. And that is part of you being of enormous benefit,
Yeah.
because you're not spiritually bypassing the witness of, oh, it's not just me that's sad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very likely that I'm picking up on just collective.
I love it.
That's okay.
Yeah. And imagine too that as part of that, as we push our energy into the collective, there is going to be some resistance. And because you are so highly sensitive, you may have experienced that resistance, given it a name, but felt peace in it.
Yep. Yeah, I do feel very peaceful. It's
I
true.
love that.
Thank
I
you.
love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Beautiful. Sharon, how about you? How can I support you?
Okay, so as always, I don't get all the big fancy stuff, but what I found was that like I have no problem being grounded. So while we were doing the grounding, I felt very grounded. But then all of a sudden I thought this would be so cool if we could get all sorts of different groups to do this meditation at once at the same time. And it was like, wow, what a great idea. That would be so cool. And I visualized that. But then you got to my heart, and it's like, I had a conversation earlier today with Shirley, and I said, I really need, and it was like, okay, this is good. This is me. Oh my God, this is what I need. And then I started concentrating on the area where I'm having a problem. And then I was okay. Like all I kept thinking was, I want to talk to her about this in my next class today, because now I'm in quality of life and I really think this is all part of it.
Right.
So it was like as if I was meant to be here.
Okay,
But
cool.
then when we got to my crown, I got a headache. I actually got, and it was gone now, but I got a headache at the top of my head. And I just realized nobody can even see me the way this stupid thing is. So I got a headache right here. Look at that, there's my thumb right there. Like,
Yeah.
So, but I did stay in the present moment, because to me, the present moment is not going back and not trying to think forward, because that's what I'm going right now is I'm bringing the past into the present and predicting what's going to happen in the future. And it's very painful on my shoulder.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. When we get to self-mastery at 8:30, remind me talk to you about that from quality of life. But
Yeah.
remember that pain at the top of our head is a warning that we are disconnecting, isolating, and becoming lonely.
Yeah, I am isolating. I'm not, yeah, I'm isolating.
Okay.
I'm not seen or talked to friends for a couple of weeks, and I don't know why, but yeah, so I felt like it was like I was really, this whole thing was meant for me to be there tonight.
Good. I'm glad
So,
that you were able to receive that. Beautiful.
yeah. But I thought it was so cool. I'd love to be a part of one where they do one where like all these different groups do it at the same time. I'd really like to be a part of that because that was really cool.
Well, in Reiki, it's literally called a Reiki Circle, and
Yeah.
Shirley has always talked about hosting Reiki Circle. And so
Mhm.
that's something, that could easily be organized with the power of Facebook, just saying tonight
Yeah.
and we're doing a Reiki Circle, anybody else want to join in? That's a really, really powerful opportunity.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you,
Okay.
Sherry.
Thank you.
Krista, go ahead.
Hi, I
Hi.
just wanted to say thank you. And also, a couple nights ago, I had a serious twinge, like in my head area. And that kind of came up again tonight, like during this session.
Yep.
I was a bit concerned about what was happening. I feel like it could be stress related. But like she had mentioned where she had the headache tonight, and I'm like, oh dear.
And so was it at that same spot right in the center?
It was off to the right.
Off to the right. So you are disconnecting, isolating from others, and that makes you feel lonely. Is that true in your experience?
I mean, yes. Yes. It has been.
Okay, and so here is something that we want to be really aware of, especially if our throat chakra is blocked at the same time. When we feel disconnected, isolated, and alone, what happens is throat chakra starts to block up. So we start talking about things that we probably shouldn't be talking about. For example, in mysticism, it's believed that when you're creating a vision, so a plan for the future, a next step, an action item for masculine energy, or an allowing experience for feminine energy, that we don't tell other people about it until it's come to fruition. Because what happens is we get rejected, and that isolation and that loneliness compounds. And so I want you to imagine that when you said to me that it was at crown, I actually felt it at throat. So I want you to imagine, what are you saying that is giving other people the idea of disconnection, isolation, and loneliness, that creates for you the experience of disconnection, isolation, and loneliness? It's a food for thought. And I think maybe sleep on it, because those two things are connected in your particular case. Does that make sense? We might have lost her. I'll be here when she gets back. Awesome. Shirley, go ahead. Did you guys lose me?
I just know I didn't get to the button fast enough.
Okay.
I noticed that a couple of people with the pain in the chest, Mona started that. And I checked, and for me, it is the collective.
Yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah. So I was feeling the same thing. And then when she said that, I thought, oh, I better check that, because I know it's not mine. That's not where I get my stuff. But anyways.
It's a lot of the reason that we decided to change tonight. There's a lot going on. A lot of you guys are from the United States. And so there is a lot of sadness, grief, and perceived sense of loss of self out there right now. And if there's any way that I can contribute to shifting that, even if it's just for the 10 or 12 of us, that's what I have to work with in this moment, and that's what I want to keep doing. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Does anyone else have any questions, concerns, or ideas before we start to wrap things up? Okay. A loving but aggressively gentle reminder that next Tuesday night, a new 21-day quest of Activate Your Power begins, and I would love to have you join me. As we become masterful at this technique, we literally take our power back. We become that neutral, consciously aware witness that the collective energy does not control and compel us. That is what those 21 days give you. Whether you did the whole 21 days, whether you're still continuing the practice, whether you did a couple days of it, let's try it again. Every month, we'll move through those 21 days, and together we will be of enormous benefit. All right. A gentle and loving reminder that in community, every single day at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, our educators commit to being there for you. You can ask questions, you can share information, you can just come and be part of that collective creation of a higher frequency and vibration. So again, every single day, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do Monday, Thursday, Saturday. Daniela does Tuesday, Christopher does Wednesday, Julia does Friday and Sunday. Also, please remember that in community, every Wednesday night at 7 p.m., Donna hosts an empath support group. It's for empaths, highly sensitive, and channels who want to better understand these gifts and how to use them. If you are that or someone you love is experiencing that, empath, channel, highly sensitive, please come out and join Donna as she holds space for you guys to learn. And on so Thursday night this week is Earth School, 7 to 9 on Thursday night. Sunday is Qigong and Sacred Sunday. And then next Tuesday night, we start our 21 days. So I look forward to seeing you guys in community. Thank you for being here with me tonight. I send tons of love and light to our American friends. And tomorrow will be a bright and beautiful day. Good night, guys. See you.